Right, well, welcome to Retire with Louie. I'm going to throw these videos in from time to time. Primarily, I'm a precious metal stacker, but I'm also preparing for retirement. And after I've got my 10 to 15% of silver and gold stacked away for emergencies, I'm ready to do retirement planning. And I am obviously further along than many of you, but I want to really shout out a website that has been instrumental to me. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, but I think it is a real eye-opener and a heck of a tool for those of you that are planning retirement, and especially for those of you that are in your 40s and 50s and haven't thought much about it. All right, we're going to go over to newretirement.com, and in this software you will find pretty much all the tools that you need to estimate, forecast, and expertly plan your retirement. And it is really a really robust tool, and I'd encourage everyone to jump on and get the free trial. I believe you get 1 month for free. I liked it so much that I am paying for the subscription. Of course, I'm in my 60s and nearing that point of retirement, actually in about 67 weeks. But for those of you who are younger, I wish I had found this website earlier. The sooner you start planning, the sooner you'll see what the results of your efforts are, and there'll be some purposeful moves on your part, because you can analyze all the alternatives by changing assumptions. All right, let's go into what I have set up here. This is a mock setup that I've done to illustrate how this software works and what a typical couple might be able to plan, estimate, and predict. In newretirement.com, you are able to indicate your current assets, your home values, your mortgage values, your debt, your income, your spouse's income, your expenses, as well as indicate your assumptions for what your retirement plan will do. Now, if you're like most of us, you probably have a 401k, a 403b, you might have a traditional IRA, you might have a Roth IRA, and this software really accommodates everything. You can plan for the rate of inflation. Yes, it's been high lately. May not be that high forever, though. You can plan for your contributions to your 401k, your employer match, your income, and again, inflation over time of both expenses and income. It will also calculate your Social Security benefit, which, believe it or not, is a much more significant benefit than you might think. I know a lot of people say it won't be around when I retire, but in reality, I was saying that when I was 25. Now at 65, it is still there. And, it is a source of income for the rest of your life. So it is very powerful in that it provides an annuity, if you will, as opposed to traditional 401ks that, you basically have to estimate your income. Your rate of return and your withdrawal rate. As many of you know, you want to keep your withdrawal rate probably below 4%. Therefore, if you're earning 4% plus inflation, you're probably doing okay, and your assets when you retire will be stable. Let's take a look at this couple, and I'm going to look at the profile quickly. And again, you can set this all up. It took me a half an hour to establish this software. I do know how it works at this point because I have done it for myself and my wife. But I'd say that the first time through, about an hour, and boy, is it powerful. I really want you to pay attention to your mortgage as well, and we can talk about that. In this case, the primary wage earner is age 45. The secondary wage earner, let's just call the primary earner the man and the spouse the woman, but it could be the opposite or it could be one of each. You can choose. In this basic income scenario, we have got the man at age 45, the woman at age 39. And if you're thinking it's too early to start planning for retirement, gosh, I don't think it is. I didn't, and I wish I had, especially when I got into my 50s and early 60s. I was still pretty much ignoring how my retirement would turn out. I thought there'd always be plenty of money. I thought my house price would make me a millionaire. None of that happened. Reality happens, right? We have a recession every 10 to 12 years. That tends to reset plans. So the sooner you start here, the more you can see the effect of compounding, the effect of savings, the effect of your employer matching, and really just project whether or not you will actually have enough income after you retire. Of course, you can set that retirement age at 66 and a half, which is my retirement, Social Security retirement age. You could set that at early retirement at 58 if you have the income, or perhaps you have a pension that has funded early. Or you can go all the way to 70 if you want, maximize your Social Security benefit, etc. Really, all the choices are up to you. All right, in this case, we have a 45 and a 39. Let's go to the income level, and let's see, we want to go to work income. Okay, your income, tried to keep this kind of a middle class family. Your income, $48,000 a year. Your spouse, probably taking care of the kids, maybe working a part-time job, making $18,000. So that is $66,000 a year in income. And you know the ages. Your home and real estate, which is probably your most significant investment and liability. In this case, I gave this couple a primary residence with a current home value of $350,000 and a mortgage balance of $275,000, roughly estimating a payment of $1,248 a month. The software will tell you when you are going to pay off your house. Of course, if you listen to Dave Ramsey, he will tell you that the most significant indicator of future wealth is paying off your house as quickly as possible. Don't get into debt. Of course, credit card debt is bad. Personal loan debt is bad. And student loan debt is its own bag of worms, right? But it's all debt. The sooner you can eradicate debt of all kinds, the sooner your assets can start multiplying. Here we are with a mortgage balance of $275, and this is a 30-year loan at 3.5%. As we get into the projections, I just want to give you one more thing, and that is we've done the income. Let's do the expenses. I've projected the expenses at $3,200 a month, which is a combination of your mortgage at $1,248 and your other expenses at $2,000. That may be a little light, but again, this is only an estimate. And as I've said, you're going to keep working through your retirement age around 67, I think, something like that. Let's go into accounts and assets. What accounts and assets did you bring into this at this age? Well, if you've done well in savings, you may have $144,000 of tax-deferred assets, actually $143,000 traditional, and I put a Roth in here of about $2,000 highly encourage people to explore and take advantage of the Roth. I think it is an invaluable tool, and not enough financial advisors recommend it. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to explore new things and share them on YouTube when I find them. And this is something I wish I had found years ago. But if for this couple's sake, they have 142,000 in assets, and that can be adjusted up or down to zero. They have a couple $1,000s in a Roth. Hopefully that will grow. And they have $5,000 in savings. So you've seen the income, you've seen their expenses, and you've seen the assets they're bringing into this with the primary wage earner at age 45. Let's go ahead, and that really, you need to tell it when you want to retire, how long you're going to want to work, and before you know it, you will be given a sheet that looks like, let's see, let's go into my plan. Guys, here we go with the plan overview, the plan wellness. In this particular case, we have a 99% chance of success because you have started with assets and you're making significant contributions to your accounts over time. And you will see that the projected savings can grow to 1.3 million is the optimistic estimate, and about a million something the pessimistic. I've kept returns very low on this example, and this is not unusual to see your money stable until you reach outer years. This is still a very good outcome. Your income versus expenses, we've calibrated those pretty well towards each other. Here is your net worth. So it's going to be, there it is, about 259,000 today. That's all things considered, savings and real estate. And then out through retirement at age 67 or so, that's going to grow to about 1.8 million, 1.3 in savings, and 600,000 in real estate. Of course, the inflation assumptions are really important here, but I've kept them modest at around 3%, both for income and expenses. And rates of return, I've also kept modest. We can look at those in a minute. Let's go back over to the account page and your lifetime income. And you can see your income by category. You can also hit a tab for your income taxes. All right. And but let's stay on income key info for now. So this will look familiar. We're starting out. We're earning $66,000 a year with $277 of ordinary income on savings, and you can see that income growing over time at a modest 3% inflation rate if you get raises. You can see expenses at 59,000, 61, 62. They are also growing. And then the green bar is other. That must be income. That must be income on your savings, I believe. Now, when we get out to retirement age, which I think I set at 67. Okay, for the primary wage earner, Social Security is going to start in 2044, right there. And you can see your income has gone down to 34,000. It's a partial year. Let's actually go to 2045. Social Security has kicked in at about 35,000 a year. This is income inflation adjusted Social Security as well. And your net savings drawdown is 14,000. Your expenses and taxes 74,000. So you are drawing from your nest egg at this point. All right, now there is a point, however, and I believe it is here. Let's find out when we pay off that mortgage. Here it is, 2052. And hopefully you could pay off that mortgage earlier, but you can see as you get later on in your life and you pay off that mortgage, your income and your savings increases dramatically. And this is what makes this plan work. The sooner you pay off that mortgage, of course, the better. But you can see this couple Here's the savings balance again. Over time, we start out with 171,000 total in savings, and we can see that growing to as much as 1.8 million over time, and a lot of that is in the Roth. No, a lot of that is in the tax deferred 401k and a little bit in the Roth. Any income, any RMDs, required minimum distributions, spin off and create other savings in a taxable savings or investment account. But this plan is working. This plan is working. Here's expenses over time. Of course, healthcare and Medicare expenses start to get you as you get older, but nothing wrong with this plan at all. So let's go back. This is what's the best about this software. Let's go back and say that you have nothing. You can modify all of these, and let's, just for the heck of it, let's say that rather than starting this plan at age 45 with 142,000, let's say that we start it with 0. And you can see my rates of return are 4% optimistic, 3% pessimistic. Dave Ramsey would say use 10%. I don't know where he gets that number from, but I'm staying very, very conservative on returns. You can earn 4 to 5.5% right now with government bonds, but let's just be really, really conservative here. Okay, we're going to save this and watch what happens to the lifetime. No, let's watch what happens to projected savings balance. This is going to change it quite a bit. All right, the plan has been updated, and now you can see that your total net worth, your highest year, is 1.24 million. So that's starting from pretty much 0. What is the plan health? Let's go back to the overview, and you can see you still have enough money to make it to age 90 or 92. I forget what I put in. That is not a bad, even if you started today contributing about 10% of your income, your modest income, into your savings accounts, and you had a modest rate of return, you can see how that works. Now, just for the heck of it, if you wanted to go into your savings assumptions, your traditional IRA, and you wanted to use a Dave Ramsey number, again, I don't know where he gets this. I'll put the pessimistic up to 5%. That's going to, let me get over to assets. Well, let's just go ahead and do it. All right, you have 1.6 million more in your account. Here is the overview, and happy times are here. You basically keep earning money through your entire life. That is not realistic, in my opinion, a 10% rate of return. And again, you can, with treasuries, you can achieve 4 to 5.5%. Kind of as we speak, or long-term bonds. You may not want to do that. I currently have my money in short-term bonds earning 4 to 4.5% as I dog paddle through this recession, and then I'll be resetting my investments over time. The one thing that myretirement.com does not have is it does not have anything to do with investment selections. Okay, there are other softwares, free ones as well, where you can model different ETFs and mutual funds. This requires you to put in your rate of return. I'm going to take my rate of return back to something a lot more reasonable. And here we have 30 years, so you could be more aggressive in your investments, but I'm going to take it back to 5. Most people would assume higher. Okay. Oh, was that my Roth? Hold on one second. Your retirement savings. Yeah, we're going to take this back to 5. I have a Roth in here as well. And update. And you'll see the plan is nowhere near as robust. So you get to pick your number. Are you conservative, ultra conservative? Well, Nothing wrong with a 5% rate of return. And if you're aggressive, well, maybe you'll hit that 10% number, but your plan will be okay. What's happening here is time is on your side if you can put away 10% or more of your income into your retirement plan. And this tool is just top notch. You can also explore Roth conversions, other assumptions. It is everything about when you take Social Security. Of course, I would put in your actual Social Security benefit I've estimated here. But everything about your Social Security retirement age. Is it going to be 62? Is it going to be 67? Are you going to be like me? You're going to wait till 70, so I'll be drawing down and living on my IRA, my 401k, while I drag out the years to get to age 70 retirement, where my benefits are multiplied. And that works out very well for my wife and I. My wife is already collecting Social Security, but I am going to postpone mine to age 70. We'll take the drawdowns in the account over the 3.5 year period. And then, I also have some life insurance that is maturing that is going to help with that. But you can explore when you take Social Security, when your spouse does, and you can calibrate this plan to the best possible outcome. It's not just about retiring well, it's also about saving and amassing as much money as you can in an optimal way. And whether you retire at 70 or you retire at 50, this software will really help you. Okay, again, don't forget about your gold and your silver. Do have some of that aside. That is an emergency plan. And if the system falls apart and so forth, that'll probably break you even. If you lose, if all your paper assets disappear, tangible assets are always a great fallback. Of course, your house, if you've paid it off, can also be a secondary safety net, and you can do a reverse mortgage. But anyway, if you're, a geek like me and you really want to see how these numbers work, I think you'll really enjoy this, and it's free for 1 month. Again, I am not affiliated, but I do love this software. And just see how things work out when you put them in. It is amazing how you can ignore, and this is a lot of stackers, I think, do this as well. And not that the people watching this video will probably even know what a stacker is, but you've got to keep your money working for you. And if you have money in the markets, it's really imperative that you keep that money earning, especially as it gets up to $100,000, $300,000, $500,000. You can be as conservative as you want to be, but the dollars in your retirement account, they have to earn their keep. And they have to keep growing. And I know I made the mistake of setting money in cash for longer than I should have. And you just don't need to do that. If you think our government will be around in 20, 30 years, and you think we will still have treasury bonds, treasury T-bills and T-bonds, that is a very easy way to get a guaranteed rate of return if you plan on laddering those and not cashing out at a loss. And that's why I'm keeping mine in a shorter duration. In a subsequent video, I think I will show you how to buy a bond yourself. You don't need to get into an ETF that throws off losses. You can hard code bonds into your account, into a ladder, throwing off income when you need it, and hold those bonds to maturity. It is presently the safest thing you could possibly be doing. However, you will not adjust for inflation, and that could be a big mistake if you do that for too long. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Would love to hear your thoughts, and is there another topic you'd like me to cover? I'm going to throw one of these videos in from time to time, so if you liked this presentation, please subscribe. Most of my videos are about silver and gold, but when it's about retirement, I'll put that in the thumbnail. Everybody take care and happy retirement.